and welcome to NAFDAC and Your Health. Every week on the program, we provide you with insightful information about NAFDAC's activities aimed at protecting the health of Nigerians. I am your host, Tosin Adebayo.
We turn our gaze to exportation of regulated products, and NAFDAC plays a huge role in this regard. Exportation of regulated products holds a key to improved foreign exchange earnings.
When you mention export, I hear trade. When you talk trade, I see Nigeria flourishing. Without trade, we cannot flourish as a country. Without industry, we cannot flourish as a country. But we can manufacture here, but if we are not exporting, that makes it even better because now we are increasing our foreign exchange and things like that, and also increasing our GDP.
Because NAFDAC is the agency that is saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that the quality of exported food and other regulated products meet international standards. In 2018, the Director General of NAFDAC inaugurated the Export Committee with the sole aim of developing framework that enhances the agency's mandate as far as export is concerned, and policies that will encourage and spur exportation of NAFDAC-regulated products. Many people involved in the exportation of agricultural products and other regulated products have done so without the oversight that only NAFDAC can provide in helping them get their products standardized and accepted globally. This has given rise to a lot of rejections and indeed concerns from the international community about the quality of products shipped out of Nigeria.
EU also visited me in Abuja that they need NAFDAC to do the quality assessments before this product is shipped out. You can imagine somebody, an exporter, or somebody who has cashew nut or whatever, spending millions of money to want to export, and the person exported and then it got burnt. This is painful. For people to have invested money here and then lose it, and then Nigeria to be given the label country that doesn't test what they are exporting. That is what breaks my own heart in terms of regulatory and what we are supposed to be doing. NAFDAC can do all the testing that we need to do to make sure that there is quality assurance that is already part of the export business.
Countries of the world have laid down standards of quality for imports into their territories, and NAFDAC, as a member of the global community of regulators, have all the technical know-how to ensure that all exports from Nigeria meets individual foreign country requirements as well as general benchmarks for safety.
We are part of Codex. Codex sets standards for all countries in terms of food. We know what EU specifications are, what US specifications are, because all of us are part of Codex. So it is not like, oh, we don't know and we are doing things sheepishly or blindly. No. So that is the standards that we follow when we do testing in the lab.
The Port Inspection Directorate of NAFDAC is the arm of the agency saddled with the responsibility of imports and export regulations. Despite technological investments made by the agency to ensure ease, speed, and transparency, as well as other palliatives, many exporters still prefer to go through the back door at even greater cost and risk to their business.
NAFDAC, under the current dispensation of Professor Moji Adeyeye, we have seen that that area is an area that could actually boost the economy of the country. And there are a lot of palliatives that have been given to them, but they are not making use of it. Having said that, that does not mean that people are not exporting. Rather, they don't come through NAFDAC. But the unfortunate thing, because they did not send their consignments through NAFDAC so that NAFDAC can verify the quality, they get to the countries where they are taking the consignments to and they are returned. And we have been saying it every now and then, encouraging potential exporters to please pass through NAFDAC so that we can ascertain the quality of what they are sending to these countries. But rather than doing the right thing, they will prefer to smuggle it out. When I say smuggle it out, without getting NAFDAC involved, at the export bay, before these consignments are being released, there are some certificates that must be cited. So those are the laws that say that for you to make your products being exported to other countries, these certificates must be provided. Sometimes, for whatever reason, they know how they maneuver their ways. They know how they go without such certificates. And that's one of the things when such consignments get to such countries, they ask for such certificates and they can't get the certificates. They will obviously say that no, it does not meet our quality. The quality parameters that are supposed to have been ascertained before departure. So you will now see that it's a challenge. So I have a series of cases of such consignments that were returned from the US, from Europe, and now we are just struggling to salvage the situation. It's going to be a loss on the part of the exporter, but more importantly, it tells on the integrity of qualities of products coming from Nigeria to any other country. And we should look at it from that bigger picture.
Ignorance is the big thing and the chief thing there, because NAFDAC is not collecting money from these people. We are analyzing their products, that is quality status of their product. NAFDAC, we analyze it free of charge. What we are charging people is just some minor money, just to allow the process, because our processes and procedures are automated. So it's going to reach a point in which you have to pay a dime so that it can pass that level. That is the only thing we are charging. So NAFDAC has been doing export free of charge, but these people refuse to come through NAFDAC because of ignorance. NAFDAC is going to beat you. NAFDAC is going to delay you. But they refuse to know that a lot of time, a lot of developed countries have what we call RAF, that is rapid alert for food and feed. Immediately they get their goods there and it's not fit, NAFDAC will be alerted in all the goods. But yet, it is that NAFDAC that you are evading. And when you carry NAFDAC license, your goods and yourself will be lauded at the international market.
NAFDAC has put processes in place to mitigate the challenge of delay as complained by prospective exporters. So for varying categories of products, the agency ensures that export licenses and permits are issued within the shortest possible frame of time.
NAFDAC has been working assiduously to ensure that the export of these products are done in a very easy manner. And so a lot of things have been streamlined and made easy for clients now, or exporters. For instance, we have electronic platforms now that clients are able to sit in the comfort of their homes, in the comfort of their offices, and submit applications for export. And these are done in record time. In fact, issuance of export certificates is so fast now that within a short period of time of like 2-3 days, you are through with your export certificate.
We'll take a short break now. Stay with us.
As part of NAFDAC concerted effort to prevent incessant food poisoning and to safeguard the health of the nation, the agency wishes to advise the general public to take the following precautionary measures in food handling. Chemicals are not food, so do not taste with your tongue. It is dangerous to health and it can kill. It is dangerous to cook your meat with paracetamol or any drug. It can damage your liver, kidneys, or other organs. Do not ripen your fruits with calcium carbide. It can cause cancer or damage the kidneys or liver. It is dangerous to use sniper to keep insects and other flies away from any food products. Cooking does not remove sniper. Do not consume any mixture or herbal preparation that do not have NAFDAC number. It could be deadly. Too much monosodium glutamate food seasoning that comes as cube or in sachet can be dangerous to your health. Do not add any chemical to food or drink to make it sour or improve taste. Safe food. Everyone's business. NAFDAC. Safeguarding the health of the nation. The Med Safety app is the latest reporting tool introduced by the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control in November 2020 as part of the Innovative Medicines Initiative project. The app is made available to the public in collaboration with World Health Organization, Uppsala Monitoring Center, Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, UK, and National Agency for Food, Drugs and Administration and Control, NAFDAC. The Med Safety app allows users to track safety information of medicines, vaccines and other health products, report adverse drug reaction to a medicine or vaccine, and view data on suspected side effects. Everyone can download and use the Med Safety app to report adverse drug reaction. Just search for Med Safety on Google Play Store for Android and App Store for iOS. When using the app for the first time, the user needs to select his or her region, in this case, Nigeria, and also choose the preferred language of choice. The user will then be taken to the login page where you create an account by providing your email and password, or proceed as a guest. To create an account, you are required to provide the following details: reporter type, example, physician or pharmacist, as well as their name and email address, password with at least 9 characters with 1 uppercase letter and a number. Read the privacy statement and accept. Once you are logged in, the user is presented with a number of tabs, which includes news, products and watch lists. Under the Report tab, the user can report a new suspected adverse drug reaction, ADR. On opening a new report, the user is prompted to impute patient details, which include initials, sex, and date of birth. The user is then required to input details of the suspected medicine. These include suspected medicine name, other drug details such as strength, batch, dosage details. Multiple suspect drugs and concomitant drugs can be added at any time. The report can be saved and completed at a later time. A saved report can be found on Pending Reports and can be continued by clicking on the report and continuing from where the user stopped. Enter reaction details, reaction date and outcomes. Multiple suspects' reaction can also be added. Also, further details about the report can also be included, such as did the reaction cause prolonged hospitalization, disability, congenital anomaly, or birth defect, life-threatening results in deaths, and so on. Finally, you can also add details of any relevant medical history before submitting the report. The user receives a message on the app confirming submission and an acknowledgement in the mail for submission. Reports can be created and saved without internet connection and be sent whenever internet connection is available. The product tabs show all medicines in the NAFDAC list database. It's easier to navigate to a drug or vaccine of interest, and this data is obtained from the WHO Uppsala Monitoring Center. User can also add products of interest to their watch list to get the latest information on the drugs. All products added to the watch list can be viewed in the Watch List tab. The News tab displays drug safety information by NAFDAC. This is usually up to date with drug safety information. Registered users can also edit their profile or change app settings. For more information on the app, please contact the National Pharmacovigilance Center NPC at NAFDAC Headquarters, Plot 2032, Olusegun Obasanjo Way, Wuse Zone 7, Abuja, or call 09290511110 or send email to medsafetyapp@nafdac.gov.ng or pharmacovigilance@nafdac.gov.ng.
Welcome back.
There are several procedural boxes that must be ticked in order to get an export license approval. This essentially depends on the status of the products to be exported and the destination of the export.
The processing of exportation of regulated products falls into two categories. We have one category that has to do with the exportation of registered NAFDAC regulated products. And these are products that have undergone registration at the Registration and Regulatory Affairs Directorate, either the Drug Directorate or the Food section of R&R. And the submission of documents are done online. When these are presented to the Port Inspection Directorate, they undergo the processes of documentation review. At the point when the documents are reviewed, the products haven't been registered. They do not have to go through facility inspection. Rather, the documents submitted are reviewed, and then they go to the end point, which is the issuance of the certificate of export. And these export certificates or approvals fall into about 3 different categories. For pharmaceutical products, certificate of pharmaceutical products are issued to them, while for other products that are either cosmetics, agrochemicals, or registered food products, they are issued export certificates, or they are issued certificate of free sale. And in some other cases, where required, they are given combined certificate of manufacture and free sale. The second category of products that are processed through the export processing in Port Inspection Directorate are the semi-processed and processed food commodities. These oftentimes do not require full processing for them to obtain NAFDAC registration certification. Rather, because of the nature of the products and because of the nature of the facilities and the manufacturer and processors that handle them, they are usually small-scale industries, and they present their documentation at the Port Inspection Directorate via the online process on Nigerian trade.gov.ng. That's the trade.gov.ng portal/NAFDAC. And once they present it on the export side of the Port Inspection Directorate on the trade portal, they undergo the documentation review, and they also get a notification to proceed to the Food Safety and Applied Nutrition Directorate for their inspection of their facility. And this inspection has to do with ensuring that they meet the basic requirements for both the current good manufacturing practices, the good hygiene practices, and to ensure that we monitor the food safety system that are carried out in the processing of this commodity. And this has to do with us, the agency evaluating their HACCP system that they have put in place. That's hazard analysis and critical control point system they have in place to ensure that there is accurate and proper food safety procedure in place at the points throughout the processing chain that they undergo. That's the second stage. The third stage is laboratory testing. At the point of inspection, samples are taken for laboratory analysis, and they are presented to the NAFDAC Food Laboratory, either in Lagos or in other centers across the nation, because the food safety of the NAFDAC food safety offices that carried out the inspection for Lagos, we have the Food Safety Directorate that's headquartered in Lagos, but we also have the food safety offices at the various state offices across the Federation, and they carry out this facility inspection to ensure that the quality certification is in place, so that we can, by the time we take the samples are processed to the lab. After analysis, the result of the laboratory analysis is now forwarded to the Port Inspection Directorate, and if satisfactory, the application is processed to the final stage, of the issuance of the health certificate or the export certificate, as the case may be, as required by the destination country where the product is expected to be exported to. And in order to ensure that we maintain this quality standard and we project the image of Nigeria, our country, in proper light in international trade circles, we ensure that every commodity presented for certification are analyzed in line with the quality requirements in the destination countries. And these are taken care of at the time when the products are sent or processed to the laboratory to ensure that all the critical parameters required at the destination country are actually tested. And it is expected that manufacturers and processors, either small scale, medium scale, or whatever scale they represent, make sure that they build the quality or the expected quality of the product into the product during the processing or the manufacture, so that we can reduce the rejection of made in Nigerian goods on one side, and also economic loss to the manufacturers or the processors.
The agency is engaging stakeholders to get them better informed about exportation.
The Director General set up a committee to look into all these issues, and we feel that we should start from stakeholder sensitization. And this stakeholder sensitization is going to be across all the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. Our officers in those zones would have identified those who are involved in the exportation of NAFDAC regulated products, and we will engage them.
That's all we have time for on the program this week. Make it a date for another insightful edition next week, same time, same station. In the meantime, if you have comments, complaints, or you want to report activities of fake drugs or adulterated food product peddlers, our doors are always open. You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email nafdac@nafdac.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email, reforms@nafdac.gov.ng, or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. NAFDAC, customer-focused, agency-minded. Importing, producing, distributing and selling fake drugs and cosmetics, adulterated food, and so on are criminal activities that destroy lives. Join the fight against these heinous crimes by reporting any suspicious activity in your area to NAFDAC. Let's join hands to safeguard the health of our nation. See you next week. Stay safe.